Ferguson. First down to give inside. And Cletus Jones can't find much going there. The offensive talent, there he is. Chip Ferguson came out of the Carolinas. Victor Floyd, 5'11", 190-pound freshman. It is a young team. Cletus Jones, one of the leaders. He's a senior. Aaron Holloman, he can fly, sophomore. Hassan Jones played in the shadow of some great receivers here. Coming into his own now as a senior. Jones, the only wide receiver. He goes way up top. 2nd and 10. Victor Floyd goes the same way to the right side, but runs right smack into Rod Carter. Pat Carter is there. He is on the defensive line of the Seminoles. 255, offensive rather. 255, 274 is HEBRON. 323, Tomberlin. He's a load. Schranker is 250. Dukes 272, All-American, and John IONATA is 279. They don't waste any time getting the excitement and adrenaline going here. 3rd and 10. Seminoles at the 49. The freshman's first pass of the day. Has a man overthrown. Well, it was intended for Darren Holloman, but it was overthrown.
I mentioned that Chip Ferguson, the 18-year-old freshman, might be a little nervous. He had the time. His receiver, Holloman, was open, but he's got to lower his sights. That ball was thrown poorly. It was a little high, but he needs to get those out of his system early.
Brett Perriman back to receive the punt. Mike Irvin is along with him, and you're looking at number 6, Lewis Berry of Florida State. He's the punter, but before we get to that, Miami wants a timeout. Well, perfectly timed, because now it'll allow us to get our breath, Cupper. They get things started in a hurry here.
You're pretty pumped up, big guy. Give you 8 hours of sleep, and you're something.
Doing a Good Morning America all week up in New York.
I
mean, I was drained yesterday.
Yeah, never seen you look so tired, but you look great today, and it's good to be working with you again. This is my first time in Tallahassee. I know you've been here before, and I know you're impressed with this rivalry, and as you mentioned at the top of the show, it's been a close one.
It really has been. We were here December 2nd last year to do the Florida State-Florida game.
It rained a little bit that day, didn't it?
It really rained. And I want to tell you something. These folks here, you think they're fired up today against Miami. Should have seen them against Florida. There were some Gator haters here.
Speaking of rain, you know, we had Hurricane Juan this week, which curtailed practice activities for Florida State. They worked in the gym most of the time this week, so their timing may be a little off. We saw that on the first pass play from Chip Ferguson. He complained to me yesterday. He said he really hadn't had a chance to throw the deep passes because they were working out mostly in the gym.
Lewis Berry to punt it away, 41-yard average. Has a chance to pin him deep. It's a tail wagger that'll hit on the 5, get a Miami bounce, and it goes into the end zone as a touchback. So with 11:27 remaining in the first quarter, following that 49-yard punt, there's no score in Tallahassee.
Today, Chevrolet is making it fun with an international auto show.
Take a look, get the feel.
See the world from behind the wheel.
Come and be a part of it all.
Today, Chevrolet introduces your next small car. It's designed for high quality, high affordability, and fun. This year, more than 750,000 Americans will buy a small car at your Chevy dealer's international auto show. Shouldn't you?
Drive today, Chevy. Live today, Chevy. Chevy. Who says you can't have it all? Who says you can't love your work and the change of pace? Who says you can't have light beer with super premium taste? Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can.
Super premium taste and a less filling beer.
Michelob Light. Oh, yes, you can. Have it all.
Tim Brandt, Lee Gross Cup back here in Tallahassee. Miami will have the football first down on the 20. And Cupper, you mentioned the rain this week and practicing inside. I saw this Florida State team in Nebraska early in the season. They had practiced 11 days inside then, went down and beat Tulane inside, and then beat Nebraska. Sunny, hot day. This is Testaverde, quick out pattern, has a man. It's Irvin, and Irvin is knocked out of bounds after a 6-yard gain.
Michael Irvin, the flanker back, number 47, runs a 5-yard square out or sideline cut. He's working on Martin Mayhew, number 32. Gets underneath him. Testaverde perfect with his pass to the outside. He threw it with a lot of authority, low and to the outside. He lost a yard. And Michael Irvin, who waited for his turn behind Shakespeare last year, now the leading receiver on the team.
2nd and 4. Give on the right side is Highsmith, and he is punched hard. May have lost one. Well, I want to tell you something. The defense came across quickly, and Stanley Scott was there in a hurry. Before Highsmith could say so much as how do you do, Scott was shaking hands. 3rd and 3, Miami. Testaverde under pressure. Knocked away nicely by Fred Jones, the linebacker.
He got some pressure from number 37, Stanley Shiver, who was coming from his safety position. Watch number 37 get in there. That hurries Testaverde. And Fred Jones on the coverage there as he tried to drop the ball off to Alonzo Highsmith, number 30, coming out of the backfield.
Well, I thought that Jones had tipped the ball. Looking at the replay, he might not have gotten it. Jeff Feagles is the punter now as you look at Jimmy Johnson, the head coach of the Hurricanes. Feagles has a 39-yard average. Low snap, ball's on the ground. He's fair game, and he goes down. Terry Robinson, the cornerback, number 15, saw the ball on the ground. Instead of containment, thought tackle, and got it.
Jeff Feagles, the punter, number 38, tries to field this ball here. He fumbles it. And there's the play right there by number 15, Terry Robinson, the cornerback. Another look, and you see very clearly how quickly Robinson is in there.
Brian Smith, the snapper, never got the ball off the ground. 1st down and goal at the 8. Tony Smith, the ball carrier. I don't think he got anything.
As we said at the top of the show, you can look for Tony Smith, number 49, and Victor Floyd, number 27, to be alternating at the tailback position. And we also mentioned that they've established quite a tradition of tailbacks in recent years, headed by the All-American Greg Allen.
Hassan Jones, the wideout to the bottom of the screen. You're looking at the freshman Ferguson, 2nd and goal from the 8. This is Jones, touchdown Seminoles!
Hassan Jones, the flanker back, play action fake here, and then a drop back. He runs a corner pattern. He gets behind number 29, Don Ellis, only by a step, but makes a leaping reception as Chip Ferguson, the freshman, throws a perfect pass high and outside.
Derek Schmidt, the extra point. He's never missed one in his life. That's 94 straight.
An isolated look at the latest great wide receiver in a great tradition of wide receivers for Florida State. Hassan Jones, number 88, working on Don Ellis, number 29. Beats him by a step for the touchdown.
He's played in the shadows of Dennis McCurran, now with the Bears. Ouija Thompson with the Steelers, and last year, Jesse Hester.
We're not a company, but we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge. We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop, to perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach. We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Manage. To handle or direct with skill. Rockwell International Management stimulates the work of its 120,000 employees 1 in 6 a scientist or engineer. Their elegant solutions to customer needs make Rockwell a world leader. Rockwell International. Managing high technology for global markets.
NFC East rivals collide as Tony Dorsett leads the Dallas Cowboys against Neil Lomax and the St. Louis Cardinals. Live at 9 Eastern on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football.
They are still celebrating the 8-yard touchdown catch by Hassan Jones as Miami now ready to receive the ensuing kickoff. J.C. Penney is number 21. The kicker, Barry Barco. It's taken by Mel Bratton. Bratton has a hole to the 30, to the 40. 46-yard line goes Mel Bratton before he's stopped by Brian Davis, number 39. And Barry Barco made part of that tackle, and kickers don't like to do that.
Another look at the previous touchdown from a different angle. Hassan Jones running a corner pattern. Beautiful pass here by the freshman Chip Ferguson as he outmaneuvers Don Ellis, number 29, to the corner. The ball thrown with perfect touch and timing, high and to the outside. 4th touchdown of the year for Hassan Jones.
Jones had a touchdown catch against Miami last year. 1st and 10, Hurricanes. Testaverde to throw, in trouble. And overthrown. Intended for Highsmith on the sidelines, and there's one quality that I think Testaverde has that maybe Kozar doesn't have as much of, and that is versatility and mobility in the backfield while under pressure.
Well, on paper, Testaverde has the equipment to perhaps be the greatest Miami quarterback of them all, and that's saying something as we look at Bobby Bowden, one of the most successful and most popular coaches in the history of Florida football. A former quarterback at Samford College back in 1953.
Ball on the 46. An active defense showing a 5-man front. Testaverde on 2nd and 10 has a receiver. It is complete. It's Brian Blades from the Everglades, and he's down to the 27-yard line.
Let's take a closer look at number 9, the split end Brian Blades, as he goes down the middle on a crossing pattern. A little pirouette move there. Hello, goodbye, limp leg, juke step. Tries to traverse the field, but Fred Jones, number 55, the linebacker, is in a deep drop position and brings him down.
This offensive scheme of Miami is a good one. Good runners, good passers. 1st down on the 28, and Testaverde can throw. Could be a flag. Is there? No. Oh, I thought he had him.
Martin Mayhew, number 32, reached over the shoulder of Brian Blades, number 9. He was in good position. Now you can take a closer look at it as Blades runs a curl-in pattern from his wide receiver spot on the right. Mayhew, number 32, back reaches over, and he is not called for contact there. He may have gotten away with one there, but the Zebras will probably make up for it.
2nd and 10, give inside is Oliver. Not much happening. Paul McGowan is there to block the hole. So he's 6'1", 218-pound sophomore.
Well, we've talked many times about the war of the trenches, and as you see, number 37, Oliver, trying to pick up valuable yardage there. Stanley Scott, number 83, gets the first hit. He gets a help from Paul McGowan, who is the leading tackler on the team.
Miami, 3rd and 10. Their 3rd down conversion percentage is 51%, but today they're 0 for 2. Here, they may have one. Alonzo Highsmith takes it down to the 11-yard line. He has the 1st down.
Alonzo Highsmith, who I think you mentioned earlier, Tim, was recruited as an outside linebacker or defensive end. He was switched to the fullback position. He told me that he used to study people like Lawrence Taylor and Hugh Green. Now he pays attention to people like Walter Payton and Herschel Walker. But he has the size that you like. He's 6'1", 228 pounds. He can do all kinds of running plays for you and also be a threat coming out of the backfield.
Well, it was Howard Schnellenberger who moved him.
Yep.
And it was very insightful. Last year he had 5 100-yard rushing games. So with the ball on the 18 now, Miami will have it 1st and 10 with 8:35 remaining in the first quarter. Tim Brandt, Lee Grosscup, along with you from Tallahassee. Oliver again finds a hole this time on a little cross counter. Garth Jacks makes the tackle.
Second and 5. This is either a running or passing down, and with a quarterback like Testaverde, he may elect to go play action.
Well, we told you about Jimmy Johnson. He likes to gamble. He is unpredictable, and they are in the 4-down area. The pass over the middle. That's Willie Smith, the tight end. Greg Newell takes him down, but it's a pretty good gain. So it'll bring up 3rd down and short. The ball on the 13 for Miami.
Once again, it's an option down with a quarterback like Testaverde because he may elect to go play action or sprint out because, as you mentioned, he is a very effective runner. Much more so than was Kozar.
3rd down, 2. Testaverde. Touchdown, Miami. Brian Blades, number 9, has it at the back of the end zone. And I think we're about to be tied.
Touch and timing route here by Testaverde as he looks for Brian Blades, who is outmaneuvering the secondary there, gets behind Greg Newell, number 40. It's simply a fade pattern.
Look at the orange there at the bottom of your screen by his feet. That could be dangerous.
Yep. That's a beautiful pass and a beautiful reception there by Brian Blades.
Cox on to attempt the extra point. That's Greg Cox. That is his 72nd straight. So 2 outstanding place kickers here. We have 7:23 remaining in the quarter, and we are tied at 7.
This commercial is recorded in stereo. Does your TV have what it takes to hear it? Now Zenith introduces the Smart Sets with the television stereo sound Zenith invented, built in. So all you have to do to hear this in stereo is this. Zenith Advanced System 3, 19 models with built-in stereo. The Smart Sets, smarter than ever.
When the big Q flows, America goes.
Still beautiful, Dad.
Took your brother through college, take you wherever you want to go.
On Quaker State.
Right. Smooth oil flow is what you want, protects the engine. See, Quaker State starts with Pennsylvania-grade crude, delivers stable viscosity.
You get great protection with the Big Q.
Hey, how come you know so much?
I'm listening to you.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
In 1982, a scandal destroyed the basketball program at the University of San Francisco. This season, they try to bounce back. Howard Cosell reports on ABC Sports Beat tomorrow.
7-7 ball game here at Doak Campbell Stadium. We keep this up. We may need a calculator. These two teams can play, and offensively, they open things up. Sealing, the kicker from Miami, will tee it up and knock it away. We've got 7:23 remaining first quarter. 7-7 is our score. Seelig with the kick, and it's taken by the up man. John Parks. John Parks is taken down at the 25-yard line. Right now, let's go back to New York. Here's Jim Lampley.
All right, Tim, before the executive director of the Cotton Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, the chairman of the selection committee for the Orange Bowl, the president of the Fiesta Bowl, Penn State reverted to its cardiac ways, beat Boston College 16-12 after trailing in the fourth quarter 12-10. The key play, a 30-yard interception return. Back to you.
Okay, Jimmy. Joe Paterno just seems to keep things rolling up there. This is Ferguson, Florida State on first down. Throws across the middle. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Tolbert Bain of Miami. So we have a mistake from the freshman right off the bat. That one could be costly because the ball now deep in Florida State territory, marked at the 38-yard line.
Ferguson looking for his wide receiver, Philip Bryant, number 9. Pressure from Jerome Brown there, and the interception made by Tolbert Bain, number 18, who is in perfect position, stepping right in front of the wide receiver. Good pressure is what forced Ferguson, the young quarterback, to throw the ball away.
First down, Testaverde going for it all, has a man, it's Blades. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Blades took Williams down the sidelines and beat him by 2 steps.
I like the call and I like the execution. Come with your best play on first down after a turnover. Number 17, Eric Williams, is the cornerback who is trying to cover Bryant Blades man for man. Blades runs a fly pattern, fades it to the outside. The ball is thrown with a nice high looping trajectory over the inside shoulder for a picture-perfect bomb touchdown.
Greg Cox, the freshman from Fort Lauderdale, knocks it through. It's good, and we've got a 14-7 ball game. So Testaverde now has thrown a touchdown pass in 7 straight ball games.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till you're gonna need somebody to lean on.
Over the years, more people have leaned on Chevy trucks than any other make.
If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road and I'll share your load. You just got to lean on me.
When you need a truck you can lean on, nothing works like a Chevy truck.
Mike Shula and Alabama tangle with the LSU Tigers, or number 11 Arkansas meets 10th ranked Baylor. CFA coverage begins with College Football Today next Saturday.
They left your screen. Number 20 is Keith Ross. On the right, Chuck Wells. Ross originally signed with Florida, then went on and played 3 years of pro baseball with the Phillies and came back to Florida State as an amateur football player and now as a return man. This is Mark Sealing, 5'11", 183-pounder, and he knocks this one clear out of the end zone.
Another look at the previous touchdown. Straight drop back pass, 7 yards by Testaverde. Good protection. He sets up. He's looking wide to Blades, who's on the left. Gets by the cornerback there, and as I said, the ball could not have been thrown better. Blades now 3 receptions for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns, 38 yards on that last touchdown.
Williams had pretty good coverage there on the corner, but when he dropped back by a step, Blades went up high over top.
How do you like it so far, Haas?
Oh, I tell you, I love it. You saw Testaverde there on the sidelines. You know, I said he's thrown a touchdown pass in each of the last 7 ball games. Make that 2 touchdown passes in the last 7 ball games. He now has 16 on the year, second best in the school's history.
One of the things I asked him yesterday was if he would go the way of Bernie Kosar. He said definitely not. He plans to play his senior year. He's majoring in phys ed. He says he plans to take his time time in graduating. He plans to be back for his senior season. He will be a redshirt senior in 1986. I would say that he would possibly be the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy in 1986 based on what he has done thus far in 1985.
He's a player. The scouts say that quality-wise, everything that he can do a little bit more than Bernie Kosar in that he is mobile. His arm is very strong, and he reads defenses very well. Jimmy Johnson told us that rather emphatically yesterday. Well, now we'll find out what kind of composure this guy has. Number 5, Chip Ferguson, the freshman, a true freshman, right out of high school. First down on the 20. Florida State decides to bang it up the middle. Here's Jim Lampley again in New York.
Up in Jackson, Mississippi, LSU has crept to 5-1 on the season with a 14-love victory over Ole Miss, which lost quarterback Kent Austin during the game. Hilliard scored both touchdowns for LSU, and most of you will see the Bayou Bengals hosting Alabama 1 week from today at 3 o'clock Eastern Time on ABC. Back to Tim Brandt.
Okay, Lamps, thank you. Here we've got 6:36 remaining in the first quarter. Ferguson, pump fakes, reloads, finds a receiver, has his tight end, Carter. And Carter is up close to a first down. He'll be a yard shy.
Pat Carter is really an outstanding tight end. He's 6'4", 255 pounds. As you look at his numbers reflected right there, not only an outstanding receiver, but one of the better sweep blockers you'll ever see. Fake left by Ferguson, and now comes back to his tight end, Pat Carter, on the right, who's running a short hook pattern in front of the secondary, and the ball is well thrown.
3rd down and 1. Right side, first down, Tony Smith. You know, I'm not so sure Ferguson's pass there when he reloaded was a fake. I think he just pulled it back because of coverage and then went to his second and third receivers, which shows a lot of composure to come back off that interception and throw a completion.
I think your point is well taken. Let's not call it a pump fake. Let's call it a read, because he did it very well. That's one of the reasons, in talking to some of the assistant coaches yesterday, particularly Jay Perkins and Mark Richt, that they felt that Ferguson would be the type of quarterback that could lead them in the future.
That's Florida State's first down. The give, right side, Smith again. Spins and turns and drives, but he only gets 2 yards. Rod Carter is the man who made the tackle.
Well, you know, we talked about him being a true freshman. I'm talking about Ferguson, of course. When I was in college, freshmen didn't even play varsity football. You played only freshman football.
Well, it's a fairly new rule. That's
1973, they reinstated the freshman rule.
The year after I got out of Maryland.
Yep.
2nd and 9, ball on the 33. Ferguson again, big hole up the middle. Again, it's Tony Smith. He will not get the first down, however.
This is one of the definitive I formation plays, the sprint draw play. Tony Smith, number 49, possibly holding there as he spins away.
They put a nice new twist into that play, though, rather than just the eye power. They sent the lineman in misdirection and showed some trap blocking. 3rd and 3, Ferguson has a man open, and it's complete. First down. Philip Bryant, number 9, pulls it down, goes out of bounds, and again, FSU is in Hurricane territory.
This is excellent throwing by Chip Ferguson as he throws to the outside to number 9, Philip Bryant, the wide receiver, on the left sideline, covered there by Tolbert Bain. That ball could not have been thrown better as Bobby Bowden directs along the sideline. The plays are flashed into the quarterback, by the way.
13-yard gain, first down, ball on the 48. Little drag pattern across the middle by White, number 87.
Of course, there has developed here a tradition of quarterbacks and wide receivers through the years. Quarterbacks like Steve Tensey, Kim Hammond, Bill Kappelman, Gary Hubb, Wally Woodham, Jimmy Jordan. Of course, we got to know in the United States Football League.
He's here today.
Is he? All right. then we'll tell you about those wide receivers in a little while, too.
2nd and 7, little shuffle pass inside. Tony Smith, first down, I believe, maybe a little bit shy, but a big gainer for Florida State.
Well, I recognize that pass. It's sometimes referred to as the Utah pass because my old coach, Cactus Jack Curtis, is considered the modern architect of the play. Bobby Bowden uses this in place of the draw play, and it's very effective. It involves a double team on one side with normal pass blocking on the other, and it creates a lane for the back who takes the reception. And by the way, that counts as a completed pass for the quarterback.
It is the safest play in football because it can't be Tony Smith couldn't get the pitch out. They are still 2 yards shy of the first down.
This is known as their trap option play. The fake is to the fullback first. The pitch was not thrown well by quarterback Ferguson. Stubbs was applying the pressure, and Smith never got the handle on the ball.
4th and 2. Florida State is going to go for it. The ball on the 40. High formation. Now they shift. Flags fly, and I believe it's going to be offsides. Well, we'll wait for the call. It's a legal shift unless the linemen move, and the linemen may have moved. It may be against Florida State. It is. Bobby Bowden wants to talk to the official about it.
Like you say, it is a legal shift unless one of the linemen moved. Now, all they were doing was shifting from the tee to the shotgun.
Dead ball, false start,
and
offense,
Bobby, I'm sure, is
4th down.
Well, he should be.
He has that in his repertoire. He has a lot of gadget plays, and he has plays like this. Hassan Jones, number 88, may have moved prematurely, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. The offensive line, if they moved, they were pushed. This punt may die on the 1. Lewis Berry got it high, and he got the nose to deep dig into the ground, but now they say it's a touchback. 45-yard punt. Miami will have it first down on the 20. Let's take a look at that Miami campus.
From marine biology to music engineering, computer science to tropical architecture, the performing arts to the arts of healing. The University of Miami stands at one of the major crossroads of cultures and commerce, providing a unique environment where students can work and learn with some of the world's leading scholars and scientists. Discovering ways to make ours a better world. The University of Miami.
When Bobby Bowden, the coach at Florida State, came here, he told a story about when he was at West Virginia, all he heard was beat Pitt. When he was at Alabama, all he heard was beat Auburn. When he came to Florida State, everybody said, beat anybody. They had won only 4 games in the last 32 tries. Bobby has really turned things around. He's now 79-31-2 here. This is Miami on first down. Highsmith is the ball carrier.
I like that Bobby Bowden story. Of course, he has a tremendous sense of humor. Vinny Testaverde, on a little draw play, slips the ball to number 30, Alonzo Highsmith. And he's brought down pretty quickly there in the secondary by Tracy Sanders, number 16.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Hurricanes. Testaverde, deep drop, has a man, and it's dropped. Again, Brian Blades was wide open.
Well, if you're a young receiver, there's a good object lesson here. Watch how Blades temporarily loses his concentration. Now, you can't run without the what, Tim Brandt?
Without the football.
The pelota. That's right.
I was a defensive player, and I know that. Vinny is now 6 for 10, 93 yards. 3rd and 5 from the 25. Set up the screen. And Smith won't have much there. The defense was swarming. Felton Hayes, number 46, he was the first man there, and he's just a freshman. This is a young football team at Florida State.
Felton Hayes did quite a job of breaking through that screen, because if he hadn't made the tackle, there would have been a little convoy for the runner.
Well, that'll mean that Sanders will punt it away. Brian Smith is still the snapper, and he makes things exciting. He had a bad snap last time. Pressure, blocked. Touchdown, Florida State. But the officials are saying no. Solomon, number 57, came through to get the block. I can't imagine what they're calling here. Bobby Bowden can't believe it. Too much time?
Dead ball. Delay of game. Offense.
Yes, sir. Too much time. 31 seconds now remain in the first quarter, so they'll try it again.
There's one time you're glad that your team is penalized. Solomon, number 57, look how quickly he gets in on Feagles as Feagles tries to punt the football, and it's number 29,
Bill Richardson.
Bill Richardson, who covers it.
Miami has had trouble with its 2 punts thus far. One fumble, one block. Again it's low, and again it's blocked. 2 in a row, Florida State. The whole stadium's rocking.
Another look, and it's going to be Dodge or Hadley, who comes in and makes the block. Well, he bats it into the end zone, and that's number 39, Brian Davis, who covers it for the touchdown. Amazing sequence of events on successive plays. We have block punt. One more look. Watch how Feagles hesitates right here. He hesitates there. It's Hadley who blocks it. And it's Davis, number 39, who bats it first and then covers it for a touchdown.
Again, it was the low snap. That made him hesitate just a bit, and with the pressure coming from the right side, the offensive right side, he did take that extra stop. Hadley got it, Davis scored, and we've got a tie ball game. I can't remember seeing 2 plays like that in a row.
I remember when Auburn did that in successive plays to Alabama in 1972 that sent Auburn to the Gator Bowl, believe it or not. Successive block punts sent Auburn to the Gator Bowl in 1972.
Well, Miami has certainly put some excitement into the kicking game. And if you'll believe it, that's the first block punt for Miami this year. For Florida State, well, they make a habit of doing that. Last year, FSU had 4 kicks blocked, and all led to their touchdowns. They believe on putting pressure on the kicker. Barry Barco, number 7, to kick it for the Seminoles. This is J.C. Penney. Has a hole. And again, a big return across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
J.C. Penney, an exciting player, and you mentioned the catalog on him. 17 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 8.4 average as a backup runner, and also very dangerous as a return specialist. Wow, what a quarter of football we have had here in the capital city, Tallahassee, Florida.
You saw the scoreboard. It tells the tale. 18 seconds remain in the first quarter. We're tied at 14 all. Testaverde to throw. Has pressure. Incomplete. Again, it was intended for Brian Blades. Well, as Bobby Bowden says, they're in my briar patch now, and that guy right there, Jimmy Johnson's a little bit concerned. I think all he really wants to do is just maintain composure, get his team to play the way it can play and the way it has played over the last 6 games. Testaverde on 2nd and 10. Melvin Bratton has absolutely nowhere to run. He may have lost a half. Stanley Scott again on the tackle.
Well, you mentioned what Bobby said about this being his briar patch. He particularly would like to win today because the visiting team has dominated this series, strangely enough.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter, and what a quarter it's been. The crowd will tell you how much they liked it. We are tied. Florida State 14, Miami 14.
I've got a headache this big, and it's got Excedrin written all over it.
I've got a headache this big, and it's got Excedrin written all over it.
Excedrin, the big headache medicine. More medicine than any regular strength pain reliever. The most medicine you can buy without a prescription. Nothing is stronger.
I had a headache this big, but I took Excedrin, and it's gone.
Excedrin, from Bristol Myers. Excedrin, the headache medicine.
Soon someone who doesn't know anything about you could assign you a new long-distance company. They won't know how much AT&T's clear long-distance connections mean to you. Or our personalized customer service, our worldwide calling. They won't know unless you tell them. AT&T long distance for over 100 years. When you reached out, we were there. And you can keep it that way. If you're asked to choose, make the choice yourself. Send in your ballot.
Like a lot of people, I'm taking better care of my body. Better care of my skin, too. With Skin Bracer Aftershave. Shaving is rough, so I use Skin Bracer. It cools and smooths skin. Tightens pores. That's the tingle. Smells great, too. But Skin Bracer's not cologne. It's skin care that feels good. That's why more men are saying, thanks. I needed that.
Skin Bracer, also in spice, takes care of men who take care of their skin. Skin Bracer Aftershave.
Introducing a new, longer-lasting Energizer.
The new Energizer AA battery. It's supercharged.
Now, 48 more flash pictures than before.
It's supercharged.
No battery in the world outlasts it.
When you've got to go in ice and snow, you're gonna go with Prestone.
Driving just 10,000 miles on weak, neglected antifreeze can leave a radiator looking this bad, while the Prestone radiator looks this good.
America goes with Prestone.
Givasiolo on Renegade, inciting the crowd. Tim Brandt Lee Gross Cup. As we start the second quarter, we're tied at 14-all. Miami with the football. Testaverde to throw under pressure. Again, shows great mobility. Throws long. Blades. Incomplete. Flag. Martin Mayhew and Eric Williams were the defenders. Pass interference.
You really get a sense of how strong Vinny Testaverde is here as he's rolling to his left. He throws the ball about 50 yards in the air back across field to his right as Blades on a deep crossing pattern gets in between the two Florida State defenders that you just mentioned, Mayhew and Williams. Blades in isolation here running his route. Williams, number 17, right there.
Automatic, first down.
Look at Eric Williams, though. He doesn't even see Blades. He's going strictly for the football. Going for the interception. Incidental contact. First down, Miami. Still in their own territory. It'll be on the 47-yard line. Zone defense by Florida Florida State. And the pass is incomplete. Well, I think in the last two plays, Cupper, we have seen the mobility of Testaverde. And I think because of that mobility, that's the reason he's been sacked only 15 times in 230 pass attempts.
It's a good reminder. 15 sacks is not very much when you consider how much he throws the football. Give some credit also to his offensive line, which he is very quick to do. But his mobility sets it up. Also, they have a lot of diversification in their offensive schemes. They show you a lot of different looks.
When Testaverde came to the line of scrimmage to start this season, he lined up behind a unit of 5 juniors, only one of which was a starter prior to this year. 2nd and 10. Complete. Nice pass to William Smith, the tight end. Let's go back to the studio in New York. Here's Jim Lampley.
All right, Tim, let's keep up with Florida's 17-game unbeaten streak on the line at Auburn. Auburn led in this game 10-7 early in the fourth quarter. Florida has just gone back on top 14-10 on a Bell to McDonald touchdown pass, second of the game for the Gators. Bo Jackson, 14 for 42 in the first half, hasn't played in the second half up to now. With Auburn behind, he's back in there. Back to you, Tim Brandt.
Lamps, there are more than 60,000 fans here that would love to see that ball game go one way.
How about the bumper sticker? How about the sign we saw today?
How did it read?
Two favorite teams. Florida State is always number 1, and anybody who is playing Florida is number 2.
They call themselves Gator haters. This is the game we've got coming up for you Monday night. The Dallas Cowboys, St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals trying to stay alive, have struggled a little bit. Bratton on first down, nailed by Gerald Nichols. Boy, you know that Cowboys-Cardinals game is always a good one.
You're right about the Cardinals. Great expectations for them at the start of the year, and particularly for their quarterback, Neil Lomax, who may be suffering from the Sports Illustrated jinx.
Well, you know, you're right, but I think the fortune started to change a little bit on a game we had Monday night a while back. That was St. Louis and Washington. Redskins beat up on them a little bit, and they've struggled since. 2nd and 12 on the 36. Testaverde. Sacked. Darrell Gray, 65, 236-pound senior.
We said at the top of the show the key would be to stop Vinny. This is the most effective way to stop any quarterback. Get in his face real quick. Gray, number 65, gets an assist from Stanley Scott, number 83, and they're on top of Testaverde before he can really set up. He's going for his 7-step drop, and at that 7-yard depth, he gets a greeting.
A 20-yard loss. Third down and forever. They have to get all the way back up to the 24-yard line. Testaverde again. Felton Hayes, 46, a freshman.
Consecutive sacks on quarterback Vinny Testaverde. Once again, straight drop back protection. Big plays here by the Seminoles as Felton Hayes, number 46, leads the way toward the quarterback.
Deion Sanders, number 2, the lone back. Jeff Fiegels, 38, is the punter.
After having consecutive punts blocked, is he snake bit? We'll see.
Also should remind you that Brian Smith, 81, is still the snapper. Snap's okay, punt's not. It's low. They'll let it hit and roll, and it'll go down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, the punt didn't even make a first down. Had it been a run. 11:39 remaining in the half. 42-yard punt. It'll be Seminoles ball.
Who says you can't have 100% imported hops and a less filling beer? Old world aging and a less filling beer. Smooth super premium taste and a less filling beer. Michelob Light, the best of both worlds.
Michelob Light, oh yes you can. have it all.
Some things look hard, but once you know the secret, they're easy. It's easy. Some people think financing a new car is hard, but it isn't. It's easy.
It's as easy as GMAC.
With GMAC, buying or leasing a new GM car or truck is easy. Ask your GM dealer and see how easy it is. Financing a new car may seem hard, but once you know the secret,
It's as easy as GMAC.
it's easy.
Jimmy Johnson on the right, working the referees. Bobby Bowden, this is his briar patch. He's not going to let Johnson have anything on him. They both are now working the officials. 11:39 in the first half. Ferguson on first down. With time. Incomplete. Hassan Jones was the intended receiver, and that is the elbow of Testaverde. Not his throwing arm, however.
They appear to be icing the left elbow of quarterback Vinny Testaverde. Another look at the last play as Ferguson tries to get the ball downfield. He's pressured by Stubbs. He's heading for Hassan Jones. Gets a good look in the secondary there.
2nd and 10. Big hole, left side. This is Floyd. First down, Florida State. These two teams can play.
We talked about the balance of the two teams at the top of the show as we look at the numbers on Victor Floyd reflected right there, and also the tailback tandem that we expected to see. That was one of the real definitive I formation plays, the sprint draw.
Ferguson, incomplete. It was intended for Herbie Gaynor, but it was there on a bounce.
Slipping and sliding, too. Don't forget, this field was a swamp 2 days ago. Take a look at the pressure on Ferguson here, applied by the front four of Miami. First man there is Rod Carter, number 91, and that's the side that Ferguson was trying to throw to. More on Vinny's left elbow.
It's the team doctor working on him down there. Big hole, right side is Floyd, and Floyd is close to another first down. He'll be just short.
What a tackle by number 29, Don Ellis, there in the open field, because Victor Floyd had some running room as he took the ball on what they call 46, which is simply a sweep play, a power pitch. The lead block there by the fullback. Holloman sprint to the outside, but look at that tackle. What a classic open field tackle by number 29, Ellis.
Floyd is quite a story. He only played 1 year in high school. He was a redshirt freshman, and now getting his chance. Everybody jumps early. Flags fly. I think it was Cletus Jones maybe pulled up a little bit at fullback. It was.
You're going to see Vinny put some elbow pads on and come back in. I think he's a little angry, a little shaken up, but he's going to be back in there and probably throwing the same kind of passes he's been throwing right along, because as you mentioned, it is his left elbow.
Illegal motion, offense, decline, 4th down.
Take a look at the top 10, how they're doing. This could be a big upset here. Ohio State 15-7 leading Iowa. Byers, I don't believe, is playing. Nebraska leading Kansas State. We saw them last week. Strong. Michigan, extremely strong in a fight with Illinois. Auburn, as Jim Lampley mentioned, trails Florida now 14-10. Big punt, right side. And there is a whole lot of open space over there. Cletus Jones, first down.
You've got to love this play. This is a throwback to the days of the single wing. Snap the ball to the up back. Punt formation. Cletus Jones around the right side picks up a block, breaks the tackle there, goes deep into the secondary before Perriman, number 33, brings him down along the right sideline. What an adventurous call by Bobby Bowden Cletus Jones, number 42, breaks the first tackle there and picks up the yardage before he's brought down. That is a big play on 4th down for the Seminoles.
30 yards. And don't forget, it was Miami that declined the penalty. 9:50 remaining, first half. Pitch back, Floyd, right side, big hole, first down, Seminoles. They're just having a ball. Always fun to play in this type of ball game.
More than 60,000 fans in Doak Campbell Field going crazy.
Second down, 1. Now they've got the first down. I gave it to him prematurely. Again, it's Floyd. That Tomberlin gets up a little bit slowly off the line, number 72 for Florida State. He is 6'3", 323 pounds, and he's just a freshman.
He's known as Mountain, the Mountain.
I can see why. Hasn't missed many meals. And he spent lots of time in the weight room. First down play, again it's Floyd. This time he's married at the line of scrimmage by Jerome Brown and Dan Stubbs.
Hurricanes say it's time for them to flex their muscles because they've been blown out on this series. Despite the fact that we have great passers here today, great runners, it still evolves into a war of the men in the trenches. So ultimately, it's going to get down to the front 5 against the front 4.
Galen White comes out of the ball game. Hassan Jones and Darren Holloman come in. Reverse. And he's in trouble. That's Holloman. Well, he just came into the ball game, and Dan Stubbs stayed at home defensively, was not fooled with it, and made the play. Penn State, Joe Paterno continues to roll, still unbeaten. Still just barely getting by. Air Force with the wishbone. Fisher to Berry doing a great job there. Oklahoma over Kansas, 20-3 at the half. And look at this one. Navy, Notre Dame, 7-7. Keith Jackson, Frank Quarles out there. Shuffle pass inside, no go. Victor Floyd almost hit immediately.
You can tell that Miami has scouted that play well. They've seen the shovel pass used often. And you mentioned this earlier that Bobby Bowden likes that play a lot. He says it's replaced the draw play.
Derek Schmidt, 13 of 17 this year. His longest 54 yards. This one, 37. It's up. It's long enough. And it's good. So, with 6:52 remaining in the half, Florida State leads Miami 17-14.
The event second only to the Olympics. The U.S., Japan, the Soviet Union, and more at the World Gymnastics Championships on a special ABC's Wide World of Sports next Saturday.
War paint. War paint on everyone's face here today.
How about that for a game face? Even the ladies get the game faces on here.
Barry Barco, number 7, kicks off. High end over end kick. It'll take by J.C. Penney at the 1. Down at the 22-yard line, and that's where Vinny Testaverde will take over. Keep in mind now, Testaverde on the sidelines, icing down his left elbow, not his throwing arm. Tended to by a doctor, but he's back on the field.
Here is the final brawler. Florida 14, Auburn 10.
Mixed reaction here in the crowd as the Florida-Auburn score is given. Testaverde now with his left elbow taped and padded. but it has no effect on his throw. It's complete. Big gainer up to the 44-yard line.
He really has a sweet touch on the football. You just saw his numbers for the season. Those numbers rank him 4th nationally in passing efficiency as we look at the scoring summary. That from the first quarter. What a game it's been so far.
Perryman was the man who made the reception. It'll be first down again. This time they go outside, and Darrell Oliver fumbles the football. How close to the sideline was it? Miami retains possession. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter who recovers it if it's out of bounds.
Handoff deep in the backfield there to number 37, Oliver, who skips to the outside. He's carrying the ball a little loosely and in the wrong hand. He's hit there by Williams. Now watch the football. Does he ever have possession?
I think he
Williams may have had possession there along the sideline. Very questionable call. Florida State might have earned the football.
We do have the benefit of the replay. He has to call it immediately. But it looked like he recovered it. His momentum took him out of bounds. Should have been a turnover. Testaverde, first down and 10, going deep. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. Alfonso Williams again, the man who just recovered the fumble out of bounds, was the defender and almost had himself an interception.
Willie Smith did a good job of knocking that ball away, because here he becomes a defensive player. The previous play, which is so controversial, shows Oliver, number 37, bouncing to the outside, carrying the ball loosely. Now watch, he's going to be hit right here by number 17, Eric Williams. The ball comes loose. Now the key play is here with number 26, Alfonso Williams. He covers the football, but does he have possession?
Yes. 2nd and 10. Testaverde under pressure. Evades the pressure nicely and throws it incomplete. Intended for William Smith, 84, but he caught it on a bounce. Boy, Stanley Scott was some kind of coming and putting pressure on Vinny Testaverde. Here's the final that everybody just reacted to in the stadium. Florida upsets 5th-ranked Auburn 14-10. You know, Cupper, ironically, Florida is the only common opponent these two teams here today have.
Your alma mater won.
Third and 10. Flag. Testaverde down, but there is a flag. Felton Hayes, 46, made the tackle. Isaac Williams may have been offsides. He was. 45, Isaac Williams. Down lineman for Florida State, jumped early.
Isaac is one of the stronger members of the team. He bench presses 420 pounds. He can power clean 395 pounds. That means the old clean and jerk.
Offsides, defense, still 3rd down.
Against the Seminoles, 3rd down, Miami.
There's the story. Third and 5. Again, there's pressure. And again, Testaverde is sacked. Isaac Williams, who was penalized a minute ago, first to get there, 45. He's not only strong, Cupper, he's quick.
Very quick, and he was excited about playing in this game. I talked to him yesterday. He said sacking a quarterback is his favorite item, and that's what he does right there. The 3rd sack of the day on quarterback Vinny Testaverde, and I said at the top of the show that pressure on Vinny would be the key.
Good snap, high punt. Fair catch called for by Deion Sanders. So Florida State will have the ball on the 18-yard line after that 30-yard punt.
We're not a company, but we recognize potential. We develop it. We use it. We'll make sure that as your responsibility grows, so will you. As your ability for leadership grows, so will you. Working with us, you'll gain self-confidence. Become a person with a future. We're not a company. We're your country. We're the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. We're the armed forces. It's a great place to start.
These are the hands of Mr. Goodwrench. Hands that work. Hands with the know-how to fix things. Hands that are strong and sure. Hands that are gentle, accurate. Hands that can almost see where the trouble is and how to make it right again. Hands of skill. Hands that care. The working hands of Mr. Goodwrench. And no one knows your GM car better. No one.
NFC East rivals collide as Tony Dorsett leads the Dallas Cowboys against Neil Lomax and the St. Louis Cardinals. Live at 9 Eastern on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football.
Vinny Testaverde. There's the situation today. 3 sacks. Coming into this ball game, he had been sacked only 15 times in 220 attempts. And with people coming from all sides, it's tough to look for a second receiver when you're looking at defenders. First down straight ahead, Tanner Holloman. Tanner Holloman, the brother of Darren Holloman. Here's Jim Lampley.
Stand by, 2 seconds.
Tim, as you've already pointed out, the nation's longest unbeaten streak is now 18. Florida coach Galen Hall has still never tasted defeat as a college head coach. The Gators have a rare victory at Auburn, only their 4th ever, and they held Bo Jackson to 16 carries for 48 yards as the Gators won it 14-10. Back to you.
Well, Jim Lampley, I know being a Carolina grad, you like that Maryland score. Tanner Holloman, big opening, right side, 36-yard line. Maryland plays Miami next week in Baltimore.
Tanner Holloman, the fullback, on what is known as the fullback trap play off the right side, picks up a good block from IONATA, number 77, slides to the outside and makes a good game before Blades, Benny Blades, number 36, brings him down.
36, Ferguson, first down, across the middle. Incomplete pass interference. Don Ellis, the defender, hit Hassan Jones too early. It'll cost him.
This is an easy one to call. Hassan Jones, number 88, running a deep slant in pattern, is hit prematurely there with the right arm of number 29, Don Ellis. We talked about the wide receiver tradition for Florida State. Of course, you go back to great names like Fred Biletnikoff, Ron Sellers, Jackie Flowers, Mike Schumann, Barry Smith, Rhett Dawson, and of course
pass interference, defense, automatic first down.
You know, the interesting thing, Lee, about Hassan Jones is he averages over 20 yards a catch. So when he does make the catch, they're big gainers. From the 49, Ferguson, the freshman. Again, across the middle. Hassan Jones, first down.
The athletic ability of number 88, Hassan Jones, gets by the first man, slides into the open area of the coverage. Now watch his athletic ability here as he has to hold onto the ball despite the hit of Selwyn Brown, number 32, who nails him in midair. Of course, the last wide receiver that was here was Jesse Hester. He appears to be hurt.
Hassan Jones dislocated a shoulder early in the season against Tulane. He's now shaken up after that 20-yard catch. Give straight ahead to Holloman. Tanner Holloman. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it for you, but they're working down on Hassan Jones, and they're working on the shoulder.
Second look at Hassan Jones and how he might have re-injured his shoulder here. In midair, he is hit by Selwyn Brown, number 32, and he comes down on the left shoulder. Very easily could have re-injured it.
Tough body, soft hands, but he hit awkwardly. and they are working on that shoulder.
Florida State.
We've got 2 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the first half. The Seminoles lead by 3. And it has been some kind of exciting thus far. Both teams wide open, both teams being aggressive, and it's close.
Still available for FSU students.
Just when you thought you'd missed out on low finance rates, Chevrolet announces new low 8.8% financing on some of our most popular new Chevys with manual transmissions. Save up to $1,070 in finance charges on Chevy Cavalier, $1,570 on Chevy Camaro, $910 on Chevy Chevette. This is a limited time offer, so hurry. Get low 8.8% financing. You can save on finance charges through November 20th. See your Chevy dealer now.
Soldier, we know you, courageous and brave, the country you honored, the flag that you waved. Soldier, we thank you. On Veterans Day, you're the pride of America.
From the people at Coors to America's veterans.
You're the pride of today.
Mike Shula and Alabama tangle with the LSU Tigers, or number 11 Arkansas meets 10th-ranked Baylor. CFA coverage begins with College Football Today next Saturday.
If you're a Seminole fan, the good news is Hassan Jones is back. They've diagnosed the shoulder, they've looked at it, they've given him the okay to return. 2nd and 7, the ball on the 26, FSU driving. Touchdown, Pat Carter. Good fake by the freshman Ferguson. Reverse pivot, and Carter was wide open, his 2nd touchdown of the year.
The play-action fake is what freezes the secondary and enables Ferguson to throw back to his tight end Carter, who gets behind the secondary for an easy touchdown.
Schmidt has never missed an extra point. And this one is good as well.
So Ferguson in his first start is now 8 for 12, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I can't imagine anything tougher for a defensive player to do than watch the backside tight end.
In a high-tech fighter, avionics like these are your eyes. In your car, this eye tells you the all-weather Delco Freedom battery is raring to go. One glance is all the maintenance it takes in any weather, from the blazing desert heat to flash frozen with sub-zero liquid gas. You'll see why Delco is the world's largest producer of maintenance-free batteries.
From $39.95 for a Series 40, call 800-AC-DELCO.
Never wait for trouble.
Floppy in, floppy out.
Anybody here?
Hello?
Why copy on a floppy?
Why not?
Because the new NCR PC6 offers a streaming tape that holds as much as 27 floppy disks. You can't lose work. You droppy your copy. And it's IBM compatible. Surprised?
No, NCR's very thoughtful.
Another not surprised.
An unfloppy copy. I'm so happy.
Hoppy.
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 A better computer. It's exactly what you'd expect from NCR.
38 points in the first half contrast greatly to last year's game between these two, but only 3 field goals were kicked by Florida State, who led at the half 9-0. Barry Barco kicking off for FSU. J.C. Penney, 1 yard deep. Has a hole in some blockers. And trips down at the 29-yard line.
Watch how the play fake freezes number 36, Benny Blades, in the secondary, as Ferguson spins to his left, wheels around back to his right, and finds Pat Carter, number 85, the tight end, up the right seam, all alone for the touchdown. This gives you a better perspective. Watch number 36 in the secondary. How he's influenced by the play fake to the left, and he can't get back in time to cover Carter up the right seam.
2 minutes, 33 seconds remain in the first half. This is Bratton. Well, tempers a little bit. Maintain composure. You know, ironically, as much as we talk about the feud between these two teams, it has been an outstanding rivalry within the state. It has been, as they describe it here, a very friendly rivalry. The one they really like to get, both of these clubs, is Florida. Well, success breeds success, and everybody wants it. And right now, Florida, very successful. 2nd and 5. Testaverde, wide open and overthrown. Somehow Brian Blades, number 9, had worked himself clear down the sidelines.
Blades had a step on Mayhew, number 32. The ball was thrown a little wide that time. That was not one of Vinny's better passes.
NC State over South Carolina, 21-17. Alabama wins big with Shula at quarterback. Here it's 3rd and 5. Testaverde under pressure. Escapes one tackler. And throws as he's going down, incomplete. Intended again for Brian Blades.
Sometimes the life of a quarterback isn't always as comfortable as it seems, particularly when you're getting this kind of pressure. And sometimes a hurry can be even more effective than a sack, because it's hurries that force the interception, which almost happened that time.
Remember Ron McDowell for the Washington Redskins, a friend of mine in Washington. He said when he was playing, if that happened and they didn't get the sack, they used to call it a baggie. They hurried to throw and they made something happen.
All right.
Again, a lot of pressure and not a good punt. This is Deion Sanders. And he runs into a posse. It's been a rough day for that man, Feagles, the punter from Miami. Coming up next week, Alabama down in Baton Rouge against LSU, and Alabama did win big today. LSU had a good game as well. Arkansas and Baylor will be the other one. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area.
Southeast and Southwest Conference shootouts.
Ferguson throws way far to the right side, and it's incomplete. That's a 50-yard pass, and it had it been caught, it would have been a 2-yard gain, intended for Philip Bryant. There's the LSU score we were telling you about. Georgia, big win over Tulane. Green Wave continues to struggle. Tennessee back on the winning track. Virginia Tech down in Blacksburg. Howard Schnellenberger got a win today. Citadel leading 10-3. 2nd and 10. Floyd, 2 yards.
Victor Floyd carry his score, the Seminoles.
Big number 91, Rod Carter, out of Fort Lauderdale, made the tackle.
Good job of running there by Victor Floyd, who is one of the fastest men on the team. He's a burner. He can fly.
Time continues to tick away in the first half, down to the waning moments. 1:23. Ferguson to throw. Avoids the pressure. Complete. First down, FSU. Herb Gaynor with the catch. Vinny Testaverde, the junior, can only watch as the freshman works meticulously for Florida State.
That's an amazing play by Ferguson as he avoids pressure from Stubbs and McVeigh. And watch how he slides to his left, wheels now, and throws back across field to his right. It's Gaynor, number 3, who makes the reception, and that's a remarkable play for the 18-year-old freshman.
Under a minute to go now. Floyd picks up 2. The thing that's most impressive about Chip Ferguson, who is a true freshman, is the fact that he threw an interception early, came back and has shown tremendous composure thus far.
By his own admission, he was very nervous. He learned of this starting assignment on Tuesday. They were hampered in practice this week because of the rain. Despite all that, Chip Ferguson is now 9 of 14 in the passing department for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Holding. Offense. Still first down.
So that's a big penalty against Florida State as they were marching down inside Miami territory. Now they move back to the 48. Their own 48 with 45 seconds left. Gain of 2. How can anybody that owns a snake and plays with this boa constrictor all day be afraid of a football game or be nervous to go out on the field? That's his pet, Bo.
Well, now you just revealed something to me. Tell me more about that. He's a snake charmer, huh?
That's it. He likes.
We've seen some of those in college football through the years.
Said he carries Bo with him everywhere he goes.
Bo as in boa constrictor.
Boa constrictor. 36 seconds left. Floyd, right side. I think they'll just move it up down the middle of the field and try to give Schmidt a chance if they can with 30 seconds left. Now, I remind you that Derek Schmidt, the place kicker for Florida State, has a strong leg. His longest ever is 54 yards against Miami a year ago. He has had 2 51-yarders this year.
Speaking of Bo, not as boa constrictor, but as in Bo Jackson, how about how Florida contained Bo today?
Tough day for Bo. Look at this as the other players now slapping hands, giving a little bit of confidence. He's loose, smiling. He knows the game's on television.
I'll tell you an interesting statistic. I have covered the Seminoles off and on since 1967, and I have never seen them lose. I told Bobby Bowden that yesterday. I said, I don't want to jinx you. But, you know, I've never seen the Seminoles lose. All the games that I've covered them. That goes back to covering a Memphis State game at Memphis in 1967 when Kim Hammond was the quarterback. They had a great wide receiver at that time named Ron Sellers. I'm sure you remember him.
Sure, Jingle Joints. Scored a touchdown on my brother Mike in Maryland.
Can't put anything over on you, Tim Brandt.
Mike had the same problem in Maryland I did. Slow. "30 seconds remain here in Tallahassee. Florida State leads 24-14. That's the time remaining in the first half. Ferguson now on 3rd and 14. Try to get Schmidt in position. A lot of pressure backside. And oh my, Ferguson is really tagged. Dan Stubbs, 96.
The caption here reads, "Welcome to Division 1A football, Chip Ferguson." That's from Dan Stubbs, number 96, who comes around on the blind side of the quarterback.
Now Miami calls a timeout with 14 seconds left. Love to watch these two coaches play a little chess game with each other down below. Both coaches very aggressive, very outspoken, very animated.
Chess game, all right. Pawn to Queen 4.
There's Jimmy Johnson. Oklahoma State, his first head coaching job. He turned things around there, now maintaining a fine program here at Miami. 6.5 years as a head coach. Played and coached for Frank Broyles.
Part of the famous Broyles-Arkansas connection. Frank's guys are dominating in Division 1A football. We'll talk more about that. Johnson, Hatfield, Jones, Switzer, Akers, Fry. 6 coaches influenced by our colleague Frank Broyles in Division 1A football.
Well, there's the punter, Lewis Berry. I don't know what the holdup is now. 14 seconds left. They adjust the clock. That's what it was as you look at Bobby Bowden. 79-31-2 at FSU. And and would love to have the 80th win of his career against interstate rival Miami. So they do adjust the clock. 32 seconds remain. Well, now what are they doing to it? They've gotten me confused. I think the coaches are confused, but now they're set to go. They decide on 18 seconds. Barry is the punter. Brett Perryman and David Kintai are the deep backs for Miami. Pressure. Taken at the 5. That's David Kintai. And he runs out of bounds with 9 seconds left. And I mean, he was run out of bounds and almost up into the cheap seats.
Well, remember that Testaverde can throw the ball about 70 or 80 yards in the air. He has a tremendously strong arm. So now he can throw one down here and hope for a long completion to set up a field goal.
Or one of those deflected passes, which they know so much about. It was Doug Flutie who threw one against them last year.
However, you can't hope for an interference call anymore. They've changed the rule.
8 seconds remain. Give inside is Oliver, and that should do it. The crowd appreciates it. I think they've enjoyed it as much as we have. We hope you have too. Miami has proven something. They are big, they're strong, they're fast, quality team. Florida State has really gone after them here. Florida State 2 with 1 loss, both with 6-1 records. And Florida State, I think, was ready.
Well, we talked about the offensive show at the top, but also that the key would be in pressuring quarterback Vinny Testaverde. And Florida State has been effective in doing that. They've sacked Testaverde 3 times. They've hurried him on numerous other occasions, and as a result of that, they have been able to control the football game here in the first half. So they have excited the home crowd at Doak Campbell Stadium of more than 60,000 fans.
Those 60,000 now paying tribute to Dick Hauser, the manager of the world champion. And what a royal greeting he's getting here. Hauser hopefully will come up and join us sometime during the half.
And indeed, the state of Florida could not be more proud of one of its favorite sons. Please welcome back the manager of the world champion Kansas City Royals, Dick Hauser.
Dick Hauser played here at Florida State, 1957. He coached here before the Yankees signed him. And now he manages the world champions. Shortstop, pretty good one, 1956, 57, and 58. There he is. What a World Series it was.
To Motley for the title.
There it is. Dick Hauser, the manager of the Kansas City Royals, the world champions, and he is being honored here in Tallahassee, Florida.
CFA College Football. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. By AC Delco, General Motors Corporation, quality replacement parts for just about anything that moves. AC Delco, the smart parts. We'll return with our halftime activities after this message and a word from your local station.